Yes,
Do you
sir.
want to kick us with our very first topic, sir?
Oh, why are you gonna start with me?
No one gets to see you as often.
We're allowing you to fight back right now.
Exactly.
I mean,
switch up the topic.
I don't need to fight back. I own up my losses. It's all right. Unlike some people, but speaking of
Nigga, who? No,
It might not be someone here. I don't know. It might be someone else.
Okay. You gotta be like, I'm a Whoville, nigga. I'm a citizen. I report. Who?
Speaking of some people losing, Chris Brown is in the news again.
Shocker.
Over his 11-11 tour, he is being sued for $50 million on beating up four fans. Him and his entourage. So according to CBS News, they had VIP access. They were told to put their phones away security. Chris Brown shook up a fan, and his bodyguard was like, "Aren't you beefing with him?" And he was like, "Actually, I am." And he told the bodyguard to beat him up. Proceeded with another person who got a part of it, who they beat up. And I guess Chris Brown was a part of it, kicking people. And
not to cut your knowledge, I just need to clarify. So I don't know if you know. So the person whose bodyguard was like, "Aren't you beefing with him?" Is this just like a normal civilian?
No, that's Chris Brown's bodyguard.
I know. I'm saying the person who he's saying, "Aren't you beefing with him?" about is this,
I don't know. It doesn't.
Okay,
it doesn't have their names.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was another artist or.
They don't have their names. They
All
don't
right.
have their names. But he was like, he said, "Aren't you beefing with this dude?" And which to me was confusing. That Chris Brown wouldn't recognize that they were beefing too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they proceeded to beat up two people.
Who paid VIP?
Who paid VIP to go see Chris Brown?
Would you say that fight was wall to wall?
It's okay.
You lucky son of a.
Hey,
It was 37. All right.
hey, you missed a great joke, everybody.
No, I heard it.
What was the joke?
I would like to say it again.
Say it again. We got time.
Could you set me up? Could you set me up again, sir? Could you just say Chris Brown?
Chris Brown and his entourage.
Yeah.
Beat some people up.
Would you say that fight was wall to wall?
Wow.
That's why no one heard it.
That was very dark.
Okay.
That was very dark.
So my question to y'all is like,
I hate everyone.
do you feel like Chris Brown is being targeted, or do you feel that Chris Brown is bringing these things upon himself?
I have no sympathy for that fool.
Oh, well.
He is a delinquent. He has that beige colored fellow has survived.
He's a waffle cone like you.
Yes, he is.
Whoa, I've never heard that term.
Yeah, he's a waffle colored Negro. I'll say this: if you want to see any example of light skin privilege, look no further than him. This man has beat women. He has harassed them. He has started brawls in clubs that almost cost Tony Parker a damn eye. He has used homophobic slurs and targeted a gay man and then assaulted him. Well, no, attempted to, and then got hands and feet put on him in a parking lot. And still survived. Somehow he's still Teflon. There's women that's lining up paying $1,000 to just hug this man. But at the same, in a different vein, we'll say other artists need to be canceled for XYZ. It's just a little bit of hypocrisy with that. That's why I feel no.
Let's keep it a band. It's talent privilege. If he wasn't this talented, he wouldn't be able to get away with some of the stuff.
And as somebody that's light skinned, I feel comfortable saying it's a little bit of colorism as well.
I can see that. I don't think Idris Elba could get away with this.
Different field, but yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I'm just thinking of that complexion of, like, colorism. But,
Maybe if you would have said, like, Kodak Black.
that delinquent.
Because
Yeah.
Idris
Another
has, like, an
delinquent.
English accent, you know.
He's
He's proper, all that stuff.
But I feel like
Anyway.
there's other artists who are also fair skinned who have done things
Boosie?
and haven't got this type of treatment too as well. So I think it plays into both roles really. I mean,
Like who?
I hate to
But
bring in some of these other names, but even in the sense of like when you think of like colorism, right? Michael, right? They were saying in acquisitions of like
Michael Myers.
No, he's talking about Michael Jackson, but
Oh,
like,
okay.
they were, you know, all these things were going after him on the things that he supposedly did. And so I don't feel like what you're saying is kind of colorism in a way. In my eyes, I feel like he's doing stupid stuff, absolutely, but it's also targeting to try and get him to be kind of kicked out in similar facets, because he is making so much money and he is bringing us a spotlight to popularity into society.
All right, I think I'm gonna say this. I definitely think there is, when you're a celebrity, you don't act for this. You know, once we blow up, people might, you know, gonna come down the street. Oh, you're Cos, you know, from Play on Games podcast. Look at
Damn
you.
right I am.
You got them thick thighs, you know. how you fit in that? And like they might, you know, touch him without his consent and things like that. Did he ask for that? No. But my thing is, how he responds is how he responds, right? So when we talk about emotional maturity, because I talk about this on a week-to-week basis, I understand the type of stress that entertainers go over and are under. Right. But the emotional maturity is, I have so much to lose by proving something in this like small squabble with these people, right? We'll say like for example, I can see my little niece heating up over some 15, 6-year-old stuff, but as a grown adult, I gotta be able to like, yeah, that fire me up, but like, what am I willing to lose? And for a person that has gotten to multiple incidents as he has had, and not think about the things that he can lose, lets me know that he is emotional maturity, i.e., why are you talking about Karrueche? She doesn't want, stop doing it. Where like, maybe there's some stuff that's happened behind the scenes and y'all have that connection. I don't need to speak on that. Yeah. I know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's just his emotional maturity is very low.
And the reason his emotional maturity is so low is because he's never had to pay for any of his he's never had consequences for anything he's done.
I think he's had consequences.
I mean, going to jail, like however short it may be, that is some level of consequence. But
I don't want that tuna sandwich.
I do agree with you to an extent, though.
I think he's able to get away with a lot, and I think he's going to keep getting away with a lot until eventually it's going to be something serious. Yeah. Or he just fades into irrelevancy.
Do you feel like it's also because of the child star mentality?
Absolutely.
Of being
absolutely
able to do whatever you want since you were a kid and feeling like that's still a part of who you are in aspects?
Yeah, because he was running it.
Is that a reference? I didn't get that.
I can do this forever.
We're really knocked out the park with that one.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. It's because I feel like there's a lot of child stars who you begin to see a lot of short range growth in their mental. So like going back to their mental maturity, I feel like a lot of them have usually short tempers, or their maturity doesn't really hit until way later and they reflect on their life. And maybe that's just he hasn't hit that ball yet. I don't know.
I was thinking he's a crash dummy. I'm not gonna hold you. It's like your uncle, like, you know, sits on me that went to jail. Like, yeah, I caught a case. Like, bro, how many times? Like,
nah, yeah, that's real.
As I'm sure